before we get started, I want to identify the shapes that we can use that are very simple to make something that does not look simple. This looks like it would be hard to make, but really, as long as you know your basic shapes, you're going to make an awesome scarecrow. What shape is this? We call that a circle. What shape is this? We call that a triangle. It has 3 sides. What shape is this? A rectangle, which kind of looks like a square, but a square has all of its sides looking the same, whereas a rectangle has one of its sides very different, maybe very tall, and another side very short. So with these basic shapes, you're going to make your awesome scarecrow with your own ideas. Let's have some fun. Step 1 here is to start with some really basic shapes. For the head, which shape do you think would work best? I'm thinking a circle. Draw very light here, and the bigger you make your circle, the bigger your scarecrow will be. The smaller your circle, the smaller the scarecrow. And you can always make 1, 2, 3. It doesn't matter how many you make, but let's start with 1. I have my circle. For my head, I think a triangle will work best to make a hat on top of the head. So I'm going to make my triangle. Now watch what I do. I'm actually going to go right through the top of my circle so it looks like the hat is on the head. If it's all the way up here, it might look like the hat is floating or flying in the air. So we're gonna put it a little bit on the circle and then finish up the shape. So it should look like a little part of your circle is inside of your triangle. The next step is going to be our body. Going back to our collage, how cool would it be if you just did your body with a piece from a magazine that has colors you like? If you don't want to do that, you can always draw it, but we're gonna need a rectangle, and the taller your rectangle, the taller your scarecrow. Now I didn't want mine to go through my circle. I just started my rectangle at the bottom of the circle and continued until I came back to the circle. We're gonna make 1 more rectangle. This is gonna be the piece that holds the scarecrow up from the ground. You can make your scarecrow have 2 legs if you wanted to. I just wanna make 1 so it looks like the post. Look at this, some simple shapes, and we are almost done with our drawing. Triangle, circle, rectangle, small rectangle. Now for your arms, you can continue to use those other shapes, maybe just a square for some short sleeves. Maybe you want to do a square and a rectangle. You can get so creative with this. And at the end of your arms, same thing, you have another choice. You can leave it the way it is and just make a bunch of lines like it is straw. Or if you wanted to, you could use a triangle shape. And then from there, you can make this look like the straw coming out. So many different ideas. Now as I go to decorate and make my scarecrow come to life, I'm gonna continue to use these shapes. For my eyes, you can either use squares, triangles, but I think I'm gonna keep it simple with some circles this time. Last time, I did triangles. There's no wrong or right. Do what you want. This time I'm gonna make a triangle nose. And I did like the mouth I did last time, so I'm gonna keep that. But it could be a smiling mouth or a sad mouth, just like we learned in our self-portraits. My scarecrow's gonna be really happy today because we love Halloween, we love candy. The next step is you want to erase the line inside of your triangle. Remember how we made them overlap? Well, now look at your triangle and look inside of your triangle. We want that to be empty. Now I drew so light that I really don't have any problem getting rid of that. But if you do have a problem getting rid of it, it's okay. We're gonna color it anyway. Now, just for fun, because remember, scarecrows are to scare the crows away. But how funny would it be if this crow was not scared? I'm gonna make a little bird kind of using an oval shape, a circle shape, a triangle shape, and then some lines for the legs. Feel free to make a little wing or a little eye. You can have lots of fun with it. Maybe there's a bunch of scarecrows on the Scarecrow. How funny would that be? So you can finish here, but as always, I like to beef it up, make it fancy, and I'm gonna add some stuff into the background. So you can watch me add my stuff. You can finish up and outline and color now, but I wanna have some fun with it. So let's check it out. Once I have my drawing all done, I always like to outline it. You can still add things with the marker, but if you're not sure how to draw something, I always do it in pencil first. So I'm gonna outline all of this in Sharpie. I might add a few more details like some lines sticking out for some straw, or maybe some buttons and shapes on the shirt. So this is really the time for you to get creative. Don't copy my ideas. Think about some funky things that you can add either into your background to show where your scarecrow is, or some details to make your scarecrow look really cool. All right, let's have some fun. Okay, now some of my artists are probably saying, Mrs. Weber, don't forget the artist's secret. Now, if you're new to Lennox or you're new to my class, the artist's secret is we always take our eraser, we always erase our pencil marks. This way, people don't know about the mistakes we made or about the drawing we made. They're just gonna say, wow, what a neat drawing that this person made without making pencil marks all over the paper. They were able to make this drawing so neat. They're not gonna know all of these mistakes and places we didn't stay on the lines or the choices we changed along the way. We'll get rid of all of that, and we're gonna just keep our beautiful drawing. Now, what's gonna be our next step? For sure, some color. That's always the most exciting part. So I'm gonna color mine the way I want to, remembering all of the things that we have learned so far, using more than one color to make it interesting, getting creative and neat with it, right? So coloring in one direction, either up and down or side to side, and really making sure you fill that space. Don't use Scribble Scrabble, it's not your best work. Just take your time and have lots of fun. All right, can't wait to see what yours turns out like.